Okay, let's take a look at the Eiken Junior Gold because we just finished silver and got the certificate recently. So the new book, we get the CD again, and as usual, we can listen to it on the app as well. And let's just take a quick look at what the sections are and then go into some practice problems. So it looks like we have the usual type of problem. What fits the image? And here it looks like we need to actually learn on the other side of the page here the spelling of words and their meaning. So this is new, and this seems like an interesting step up from previously. Finding out what one is different. There's like countries and body parts and school subjects and stuff. Once again, it looks like we have spelling and possibly writing. This is the first time that they actually want you to write in these books, it looks like. Okay, so responses, some more writing over here. A conversation of some kind, or a story, I suppose. More words over here. Under, through, between, over. So looks like a lot of the words that we're learning to write are the words that we learned in either bronze or silver. So under, this is one of those ones that came up quite a bit in the silver. So find like location of things. Okay, and then we have more letters and words here, I guess. So baker. What one is the baker? We'll probably get a much better idea of this once we do the practice problems in a moment here. I just want to see if there's anything of anything besides what we already looked at just now with the spelling that is completely different. So asking questions, this might be a little bit different than usual over here on the right hand side. Who, whose, which, when, where, why. Some important questions when speaking English. You get a little comic strip over here. Challenge corner as before. And what's this? I guess it's some kind of comic that you read along to as well. All right, let's actually get right into it and see what we can do here. All right, let's just go through all of them. So there's 9 different sections this time. The same amount as with silver, but some of them it looks like they're slightly different. Let's just go through them all. All right.
1番
Mr. Hayashi works at a drugstore.
2番
Mr. Hayashi works at a barber shop.
3番
Mr. Hayashi works at a gas station.
So which of these descriptions is most likely accurate regarding the picture here? So I guess this is Mr. Hayashi, and it seems that he works at a barber shop. So it sounds like as long as we know the key word, that'll be enough here.
1番
I found some shells on the beach.
2番
I found some crabs on the beach.
3番
I found some seaweed on the beach.
So section 1, a lot like the previous tests, just if you capture the key word, should be enough. Oh, here here, which one is different is what they're asking, and we don't even have an image here. So this is completely different than our previous tests.
1番
Sister,
2番
uncle,
3番
grandfather,
4番
slipper,
So which one is the least related, and especially when we're talking about actual relatives, this would probably be slipper, right? But this is a huge change from the silver and bronze, because up until now we've never had a question where we didn't have some kind of image to go along with it. So this is completely listening. Previously, I mean, it was all the questions were mostly listening questions, but they always had some kind of image to go along.
1番
lion,
2番
fox,
3番
monkey,
Was number 2 box or fox?
4番
carpet,
I guess it was fox. It sounded kind of like box to me, so. Carpet is less animal-like than the other ones, I think. All right. How do we respond? So only 2 answers for this one.
is that the right train?
1番
Yes, that's it.
2番
Yes, I do.
Okay, so this is, again, very similar to what we've had on previous tests, if the response makes sense or not. So, yes, it is, or yes, I do, right?
Hold on tight, Charlie.
1番
Go ahead, Mom.
2番
I know, Mom.
Okay, so these are probably expressions that we haven't heard before. So, again, this is what my son at age 6 right now will be doing. So, as English is a second language, of course. So, is it I know, Mom, is obviously the answer here, but the expressions themselves, I think, will be new, and he'll have to learn these as we study. All right, next section, we listen to the story and select a certain amount of answers, maybe one at a time.
Everyone is reading this book. On the cover, there is a boy with round glasses and another boy with red hair in a black coat. A girl is standing beside them. There is also a forest and a white owl flying behind them in the night sky. I'm going to borrow it today.
Okay, so we got a pretty long explanation describing the cover. There might be some things to throw you off, like the forest in the background, because the one on the Harry Potter-esque cover doesn't look so much like a forest, but all the other descriptions are very obviously number 3 if you can catch them, but there's a lot of information in them. Of course, if we look at it closely, if you catch certain specific points of information like owl, round glasses, red hair, these things are only in one of these images, so probably not too tough.
I went to the Netherlands last year. Many people ride bicycles there. I rode a funny-looking bike that had 3 seats. 3 people could ride it at once. I also saw a man on a red bike with his little girl sitting in the front basket. I'm glad she didn't fall out.
So, there's 2 images here with bicycles, but the description goes into the 3 seats, the red bicycle, the girl in the basket, and a lot of information that would point to number 1 as opposed to number 4. So again, this is probably not too hard, even at the level that we would expect to be at here. we don't even get them to speak. There's no listening this time. So it looks like question 5 is we have to know what the word is that's being spelled without actually hearing it for the first time. So this is completely new, and I guess we could consider this the first reading section that we actually go through. So reading, and then we have to see P. I mean, we previously did have the word penguin coming up, so P for penguin. We might be able to get it just from the first letter, but you really have to know what these are without actually hearing them. So being able to sort of sound out these words is going to be a lot more important this time. So let's see, number 5, penguin, right? You got to actually look at the spelling. So we're on to actually learning spelling, and I think this is an important step, especially if we're going on to the regular Eiken tests after this. So there we go again. Nobody's reading out the word for us. We have to actually take a look and kind of understand what these likely are, and then see D was for dolphin. So yeah, this section is going to probably be the one that we have to study hardest for on this step in the journey for my son. Okay, so what we have a map in the background there too, showing what country this is. Is Alaska being included in there? I can't tell, but the guy's head might be in the way. Anyway, let's listen to the question.
How many students are raising their hands?
1番、
4.
2番、
Happy.
Okay, so I thought it was going to be 2 numbers in the answers, but how many students are raising their hands, and it's either 4 or happy. So I thought they were going to give us like 4 or 5 or something like that, but it's actually a much easier answer than I expected there. All right, let's listen to the next one.
Who is pointing at the flag?
1番、
The man.
2番、
The red part.
Okay, this one is a little bit more difficult, I think. Who, as we looked in the book before, who, whose, why, when, where, what. We're going to have to go over those questions and what they mean. So as long as you don't get confused, like what is he pointing at or who is pointing at. So here they were asking who, I think. So who's pointing at the flag, and it's the man. Okay, so what are they talking about here? We're going to have to take a look.
Good morning, Ken. What's wrong?
Good morning. I'm really sleepy.
Why?
Because I played computer games until late last night.
I see. But don't fall asleep during the test.
Test? Oh, I forgot about that.
1番、
Ken studied for the test last night.
I don't think he did.
2番、
Ken slept very well last night.
That doesn't sound like he did.
3番、
Ken played computer games last night.
I think that's what he did. So, this one, I mean, there's probably going to be a lot more vocabulary coming up, but it sounds like the things that we can choose from aren't going to be that hard this time. And we have an image that shows that he's tired, so he probably didn't sleep well, right? Again, I think we do need to understand more than just a single keyword for these, though, because, if you said sleep, he didn't get sleep, or he did get sleep, you need to understand what they're saying with a few different keywords.
トムくんの家に電話をしました。すると、お母さんが電話に出ました。
So this is going to be a question.
Tom's not home now.
トムくんはいつ帰ってくるのか聞いてみましょう。
So we want to ask when
1 番
he's coming home.
When will he be back?
That sounds right.
2番、
Where did he go?
I mean, we might not want to know that as well.
3番、
What is he doing?
We want to know all these questions, but they asked us to ask when he's back. So we go. Right now we have the comic, and what do we have to do here? Okay, so we take a look at the comic first. Look, we've come to the top. Let's have a race. Oh, look out, Yao. He helped me. And then they say something here, and we need to figure out what it is.
Oh, look out!
Yo! He help me!
かっこ2、
All right, so, I mean, neither of these, I would say, are exactly what you'd want to say here. But I guess you win makes more sense because it's kind of sarcastic, though. So I think this is going to be really hard to teach, right? I want to go. I mean, you could be saying, oh, the situation is not good. I want to leave, kind of. I want to go. But I think the situation is sort of like a sarcastic, I guess you win. Okay, this is probably going to be really tough because, you know, it's not very direct here. I mean, this stuff is probably really important to learn if you actually want to learn English, but I think it's pretty tough to understand what's going on in this situation. Okay, now we did number 2, and now I guess next is number 1. Look, we've come to the top. He has a great view. Let's have a race. This one I think should have come before the other one, but okay, are you ready? Is what I expect the answer to be.
Look, we've come to the top.
Yeah, it's a great view.
Let's have a race.
かっこ1、
Okay, are you ready? Yeah, this one makes a little bit more sense. There's no strange sarcasm or anything used here. So, okay, are you ready? Makes sense. Again, we need to be able to, I guess, read these sentences though, which is actually quite a challenge, I think. Quite a step up from the level that we're at. Because we have not actually been reading anything more than maybe the first letter in a sentence. And this level of English, I think they expect you to have studied for maybe 2 years or more before, or maybe even longer before they expect you to be able to do this. And my son's been studying, according to the previous report that we looked at, for maybe 7 months total. So, yeah, being able to read all this, it's still easier than the previous question, but being able to read both the answers and determining the meaning to select them is going to be a challenge, I think. Okay, now we're just at the challenge.
My
corner.
grandmother makes
Again,
toy seals, necklaces, and boots.
these ones.
Which do you like?
These ones don't actually matter for our
1番
points.
I like the toy seal.
So what one do you
2
like?
番、
I like the necklace.
And this necklace is pretty cool,
3番、
but
I like the boots.
I think the boots would be most practical for a lot of situations.
I sometimes catch a cold. When you catch a cold, what do you do?
1番、
I take medicine.
2番、
I sleep a lot.
3番、
I never catch a cold.
Oh, so it's very personalized, but I guess number 3 would be the best answer. And then maybe number 2. Let's just go with number 2. All right.
Try again.
So we went over all those questions, and I would say that being able to spell out the words, and especially understanding in the comic what goes in to each of those, each of the word bubbles, just based on the letters alone. So understanding the situation, the spelling, and the meaning, and sometimes even like undertones, like sarcasm and whatever, depending on the question. That's probably going to be by far the biggest leap from our previous test, anyway. So that was a quick look at the Eiken Junior Gold, and maybe I'll share some more information as we study along. But I figure it's gonna be a few months probably before we actually go and take this test. But you know, we'll go one step at a time, see how it goes. Maybe at some point I'll upload my son actually doing the practice questions himself. I just want to get a good look at what we will be dealing with as we move into studying this. And yeah, one other thing is on this channel, you know, I'm just uploading videos of, you know, my son's progress on things and what we're looking at trying to do. And I actually got my first thumbs down on a video recently, so I don't think that people, you know, just go on the internet, look for people talking about kids trying to do things hard and then say thumbs down. I figure it's more likely that when I say like and subscribe at the end of these videos, somebody misheard my English and thought I said dislike and subscribe. So I'll make it clear. It's like and subscribe, all right? Yeah. So remember, like, subscribe, and level up.